Now, like I said, last night I washed my bike, cleaned my bike, the drivetrain and everything, got it all nice and lubed up again. I do feel a little difference in the bike, maybe if it's even psychologically, but it does give you a boost. And I feel like, well, I mean, I'm riding over bumps and things like that. You guys listen to my video, you hear that, well, you don't hear the bike. You don't hear it rattling and clanking and bouncing around. The only thing you hear me shifting is when I'm clicking the shifters. You don't hear the chain in the background, you don't hear the derailleurs, even when I shift from the low small chain ring to the big one or vice versa. So I'm very happy with this bike, and I mean, it just seemed crazy to me to go out and spend upwards of $1,600, $1,800 by the time you get done with taxes and buy a new entry-level bike that essentially is not much better than what I have. Here I'm going to skip the new bike, and just to let you in on what I have decided to do, I've actually ordered a carbon fiber fork for this bike and a carbon fiber seat post. Those two items are going to make this bike a shade lighter, and from what I believe, I think any sort of road dampening that I would get out of a carbon fiber bike primarily would be coming through the forks to begin with and a bit of the seat post. So I spent another $220 on this bike. I'm going to be replacing the front forks with actually a Trek fork, and I think it's actually the same fork that came off of that is used on the Trek bike I looked at, and I'm going to be replacing my seat post with a carbon fiber seat post. Here's another interesting fact. I literally had the salesperson at the local bike shop take the bike and hang it on a scale. I said, "How much does that bike weigh?" So it weighs in, a Trek Emonda S4, it weighs in at 21 pounds. My bike weighs 23 pounds. So in terms of weight, you know, that's pretty close to what I'm already riding, first of all. And secondly, yeah, that bike is probably faster because it has better wheels on it, and it's probably more aerodynamic. But the price difference between what I'm riding now and that just doesn't, I can't justify it. So beside, I kind of like my bike. I've had my bike for almost a year now, and I've had a lot of good riding hours on it, a lot of riding miles on it, and so I'm going to stick with it. I should be getting the forks that I ordered, or the fork that I ordered, next day or two. So I'll be installing that, and look for videos on that coming up in the next week or two. Well, I don't think 2 weeks, probably the next week or so. Oh boy, what a nice day. Holy crap. Jesus, this is nice. Yeah, these are the days when I miss my boat. Perfectly flat out there. No wind at all. Get your motor running, motoring along. All you hear is the waves on the side of the boat. Looking off to the left now on this side here, and I'm seeing more fish jumping off at the distance. I'm sure you're not going to pick it up with the camera the way that this focal length is on the camera, but wow, there's a lot of fish jumping right out here. And I can tell across the way there, almost right against the shore, there's a lot of activity, and I got to believe the stripers are chasing those bunkers right up. Yep, there really is a lot of splashing going on. The stripers are chasing those guys right into the shallows and getting them. Yeah, so that's the story on the bike, on the new bike. Decided not to go with it. Decided to do an upgrade of my bike. And that's that. Whoa. A little squirrel. I don't know if you guys caught that. Squirrel ran right out in front of me and did a quick U-turn. You know, I do want to make sure you guys understand that I'm not suggesting that if you're in the same position I am in, riding an entry-level bike and wanting to move up, that you don't do it, because you don't justify it with the money thing. Everybody has their own path to walk, you know? So, yeah, if you're considering, if you got an entry-level bike and you want to go carbon fiber and move up to another level of road biking, do your own research and come up with your own decision on it. Absolutely. I'm also the kind of guy that doesn't like to waste too many things. So I can just imagine getting another bike and having this one sitting in the garage collecting dirt or dust, and maybe occasionally getting on it and then thinking, oh my God, I can't ride this bike now that I'm so used to the other bike and the different paddle shifters on it and all that. And I would feel like this bike was going to waste. Of course, you could always just sell your bike. But anyway, decided to stay with this one and upgrade it.